KFC, another segment tumekam tukijaribu kudiscuss the way forward towards our way we look at politics and the way we do things in Kenya. Yep, remember to subscribe, share, click that button to always be there. So each and every other time tuko na content tunaweza kuisikiza. So it has been a minute, it has been a while. Yeah, nimekuwa out of it. Today I'm going to do a one-man show, and this one-man show it's all about the Kanu Orphans. Kwa nini nabongea the Kanu Orphans? The Kanu Orphans wamekuwa so moja, hawataki kukubali times and seasons are moving far from them. Yeah, and when I talk of the Kanu Orphans, I'm talking about the Gachagwas, the Rutos, the Kindikis, call them all, the Murungis, the Kenyatas, name all of those useless politicians in Kenya. And I normally call them politicians because, again, ikifika ni reality, this is where they draw the line. And nimekuwa nikianalyze a lot of things that nimekuwa nikiona the Kanu Orphans trying to do. Wamekuwa bado na hiyo mentality we are still the saviors of these countries. And truth be told ni ati hakuna kitu yote wana hold. There is no water amongst them. Kuna vile they're just bogus people, and if you look at them all, they don't have a solution for the problem that we have in Kenya. Currently kuna a lot of youths lacking jobs. Unajua lack of job opportunities in Kenya is a real thing, and then a lot of inequity, and we want equity in our society. And the rate of poverty again is surging on a daily basis. It's a country of 10 millionaires and the rest poor people, and it's actually threatening both the lives of ourselves and the lives of many because of these Kanu Orphans. Whomever is in power today is a Kanu Orphan. Whomever is in opposition today is a Kanu Orphan. So unapata awase bado they still in denial. They still want to sell us vitu zenye hata wajui vile zitawaka, and it's quite saddening. And I think ni high time na bonga na voter today. Topic ya mine iko kwako voter wewe. Do you think Gachagua has a solution towards your problem? If your answer is yes, then I think you are totally wrong. You are out of your zone. Unajua ile anasemaga you're in a comfort zone in life. Hautaki kuangalia the real dynamics of life. Gachagua is not gonna be a solution to your life. He's just gonna joyride and do the same thing Ruto is doing today. Because I'll start with history again. Nirudianga hii kitu so that at least it can come inside you guys na mwanze kureason, mwanze kuona the real truth. After Kenyatta 1 came Moi. After Moi came Kibaki. After Kibaki came Uhuru. After Uhuru we have now the Kaongo, the butcher himself. Ukiangalia hiyo pattern yote imekuwa, everybody used to lie to you they're gonna come and change. They're gonna come and change this thing. Yeah, including them telling you they're gonna change the constitution, but deep inside they knew they never wanted to change the constitution. They just wanted some paperwork they can just go through them and do the worst out of it in the name of change. Look for instance devolution. Devolution imefanyaga some few individuals wamepata do most sana. Wanasanya pesa ya nani? Wanasanya pesa yako ya taxpayer. Because in each and every other country that systems zake zinawaka, unapataga the health system, the education system, the transport system works for the taxpayer. Unapata taxpayer analipwa na hizo stuff. Like there is always a kickback after taxes zake zimekatwa. So kama ni public transport, kuna vile unapata it's cheap, it's reliable, unajua kuna some effectiveness in it. Ikienda kwa health, the same thing. Kuna a lot of accountability, a lot of sanity in that health education. That's the health system. And that's unapata even our useless politicians, or let me call them the worst that we'll ever have in this country, wote wakigonjeka huenda wapi? Most of them they'll just run towards their majuu, na wanaenda kutibiwa nini? Wanaenda kutibiwa the same place yenye taxpayer wa majuu tibiwa. So it's not a private institute or institution, it is a government institution. Napata wamse anaga public hospital ndani ya US, ndani ya France, ndani ya any other country that they run there to be fixed their health. But when it comes to us, hapa ndo tunakogana everything is private, unajua, and yet you pay taxes. Mshika tukitoka hapo tuingie kwa education, the education system. I never want to call it free education, because now again we will never have free education. It must be a taxed based education, whereby tax yako inakatwa, on the other side haulipi education. And then again, they're not supposed just to give you education, they're supposed to give you quality education. Si vitu kama hizi takataka tuliletewa na Matiang'i in the name of CBC. Unajua, it is not helping you, it's not helping the kid. It's actually a burden. It's a thing walikuwa na create for cartels to continue eating. And unajua, from all this nonsense, Uhuru Kenyatta and Matiang'i walikuwa na push the late Magoha. Thank God at least alikeyo. Because at the end of the day, they deserve such, because they don't belong here, they don't mean well to our society, and that's the truth. And that's what tunasema, not to censorship, regardless of whatever network we are in. YouTube, guys, maziwachaneni na censorship. Censorship is what has been killing democracy all over the world. Look at each and every other conflict that has ever happened in the world. Watu wengi wamekuwa kiuza propagandas, doing a lot of shenanigans that don't make sense. But at the end of the day, wale wasiongea, those people who speak, this is where most of these networks to censor. Unajua, the social media networks is to censor the mainstream media, which is githeri media, useless media that doesn't exist, imepitwa na wakati. And I always urge my listeners, usiwahi sikiza anything that comes from githeri media. It's a useless thing. It will always sell you fear. Watakugatua kikuonesha hapo stories of femicide, it's only women who are dying, yet there are men who are dying in the society. And at the end of the day, musemaga, life should be equal. Either you're a man, whether you're a woman, or you are a child, lazima life equal life. Hakuna mse anafaa ku lose life yake despite kukuwa na any situation or anything that might happen in between. Na hapa ndio tunaongelea kuhusu a good law enforcement working in a country. So here ndio tunakuja again, you kama Mkenya, from Kenyatta 1 to Kasongo Kaongo to date, those are 5 presidents in Kenya. Yeah, we had Kenyatta 1, we had Moi, we had Kibaki, then we came Uhuru, and now we are at Kasongo Kaongo. So the butcher of Sugoi himself. So kicheki hizo regimes zote tatu, hizo vitu zenye nimekutajia hapo, kuna msemo mwenye anakushughulikia kuzihusu? Very few. Na wenye wamejaribu ile kukubait tu, just to keep you afloat, kama ni the level of education na kwa so poor. If you used to remember, most of our public institutes we call public hospitals, zilikuwa tu zimejanga, yes ziko na hiyo hosi, but you'll never get medicine from them. Itabidi umebaki umetibiwa, ni kama unaenda consultation tu. After there they just wanakuandikia dawa, prescription, upeleke kwa pharmacy, buy. So this shows you what, again, we've been failing for the last 60 plus years in this country. Tumekoga tukirudi nyuma. So that's why I'm talking today about the Kanu orphans, what we call the orphans of the Moi era, the Kenyatta era. That is Kenyatta 1 era. That is Jomo Kenyatta, not Uhuru Kenyatta. But either way, tukiprogress, ufike mpaka kwa Uhuru Kenyatta, who is a product of the Moi orphans. Unapata it is the same script. Now ndio wanakuja kukuuzia leo, akikuonesha vile they will help you, they'll make things work, and they will make an unimaginable change in this country. Truth be told, hakuna kitu kama hiyo. These are thugs. Look at Wamalwa alikuwa mahali, alikuwa sometimes alikuwa MP. What did Wamalwa do? Go look at his records, ucheki. He did nothing at all to his own people. So ungeenda kwa Gachagua was a member of parliament at some point. What did he do to his own people? Zero. And to the Iron Lady, the so-called Iron Lady, yeah? Mother Karua. Nini amefanyaga wase wake? She was an MP for the longest time. uko kwake. What did she do? Nothing. So ungeenda kwa Kalonzo Musyoka, sasa ule ni guka in politics. Amekuwa member of parliament for the longest time, side yenye alikuwa ya Ukambani. What did he do? Nothing. Look at Raila Odinga. On the contrary, maze tulikuwa na Kibira, he was the member of parliament for Kibira. What did he do in Kibira? Nothing again. So ndio najaribu kukuonesha the Kanu Orphans are not gonna offer you any solution, and most of them still believe in the partyful, leaderful, and tribeful kind of parties. Mahali penye wana hold hizo vitu, hizo ndio fundamental things. I'm the kingpin of the Luyas, I'm the kingpin of the Kikuyus, I'm the kingpin of the Luos, I'm the kingpin of the Kalenjin, I'm the kingpin of Masais. All that nonsense, just creating unreliable environment to a democratic country. Look today, who can you tell me today in the ODM party anaweza akasimame kidete aseme mazee mimi ninasukuma ninafanya? Hakuna, zero. Trust you me, nobody at all. Umeshika? Na huyu party leader ni nani? Raila Odinga. Mwenye atasimama kuonesha nini? Ninajua, ninafanya, sijui nimeleta change kwa hii country. Trust you me, kila kitu kwa na time yake na upitagwa na time. Like I always give an example of Kamisi in Kenya. Hakuna mse alichuja, hakuna mse alisema msirudi kuva kamisi from tomorrow. He just died a natural death. The same thing should happen to the Kanu Orphans. Unajua, the next generation, of leaders, because we don't want politicians anymore in Kenya. We want a generation that is full of accountability, integrity, and that should be paramount. Hiyo ndio inafaa kuwa level ya kukupatia job. Si story ya wewe unaongea lugha yangu. No, that nonsense should end in this country, because again, bila kuendio nonsense, then tutakuwa tukigrindigi, tunaishigi tu hapo tukifanya upuzi. Hatusongi, hatufanyi kitu chochote, tunaishi tukulia. And my opinion is very simple. Kama tu tunaweza tukasikiza na tufanye the right thing, Kasongo Kaongo should not go till 2027, because anyone who is telling you about 2027 is lying to you. He's just a Ruto agent, like any other agent mwenye unajua wa Ruto. This guy hajakuja kukusaidia wewe, amekam kuangalia yeye vile ataendelea kubenefit from that regime, showing you what these few millionaires wenye niliongelea, these few millionaires created by this toxic political class called the Kanu Orphans, and their wafuasis. Unajua kila mtu anakuaga the teacher na wafuasi wake. So unapata for the longest time tumekuaga tuna grind shida, tunataka kurudisha shida again, tuone kama itatusolvia shida. It cannot work that way, young Kenyans. Mali tumefika. I'm happy for the Gen Z movement. It's going the right way. It's pushing for the right perspective. Tuacheni ujinga na ukirimbiti ya kushindaga tukiulizana ni nani huyo atatusaidia. Let's be our own help. Tuacheni kuuliza nani huyo atatusaidia. Tuacheni kurusha macho ati sijui Matiang'i, sijui Maraga, sijui Omutata, sijui Morara, sijui every other nonsense that comes your way. Would imagine someone like Maraga, mazi. That is an old chap. He's a boomer. He'll never understand anything you do. He'll never understand even creating content like this. Hajui kitu inezikalisha mse. Hata kuonesha nini, you must be a doctor, you must be a lawyer, you must be a mechanic, you must be an engineer. Hakuna siku yata kuonesha content creating and other creative subjects can create money. As we have seen in Europe, kuna wasoko na multi-million, unajua, because of what? Being athletes. Wase tu kutumia body yao, like, unajua, unapata msee anacheza bake, mwingine anacheza volleyball, kuna mwenye ana swim, kuna mwenye anacheza chess, unajua, just a brain game. Kachini tu mnacheza chess and you're earning millions. But the likes of Maraga, hakuna siku mtaka nao chini ya kuonesha such a dream. These people are boomers. They cannot relate with the transition that we have to date. Unajua, things zimesonga, vitu zimeenda mbali, vitu zina work differently. But utapata mse kama Maraga atakuonesha hapana, lazima ukue lawyer, ndio ukue na heshima kwa society, lazima ukue judge, lazima ukue mwalimu. Unajua, all that nonsense. Yet life has a lot of diversity. Unajua, you can be even a mboch and make a lot of money. Like say being a nani maju ni job decent, job inakulipa fiti, whereby even very few people can afford nannies, and that's all unapata. Again, it's integrated inside their system, whereby kama vile tu health inahesabiwa, transport inahesabiwa, education inahesabiwa, pia hapa kwa the wellment of a family inahesabiwa ndani, kwa tunahitaji nani so that wasa wapige job, so that nenda job ya mine nacha watu your mind aba watu your mind specifically kwa nani na wapeleka daycare. Daycare inakuwa kuna nannies wako pale, they're doing this thing as a profession. See, by the way, kama hapa Kenya whereby tunalalamika sana kuhusu Saudia, how Saudi Arabia is so bad, how Saudi Arabia is taking people in the wrong, unajua wase wetu wanatumika vibaya huko, sijui wanateswa. But even here in Kenya, people are still, unajua, wana-employ minors, wanawanyima fundamental rights zao, wanawanyima a lot of things that they're supposed to be getting as far as they are minors, but they don't care. But ikishafika Saudia, that's when we point fingers, that's when we call it inhuman. But ikiwa hapa home, nobody wants to talk about it, everybody wants to sanitize it. Kila mtu atasema hapana, nijua tuna do, that's why tunaandika wase kama okay, it's your problem. When umefanyaga iko hivi, you're a taxpayer, you're very stupid, because at the end of the day you double pay taxes. You pay taxes kwa gava ziibiwe, na bado unapay another tax usomeshe mtoi, unapay another tax ukuwe na mboch, unapay another tax ukuwe na your own car instead of using public means. Sijika tunaelewana. So it's high time as a society pia to change, tuangalie vitu in a different direction, na tuanzage kuonaga vitu clearly. So to me, I'll tell you for free, no Kanu orphan will help you, no matter when, no matter how. Hakuna Kanu orphan atakusaidia, utakuwa unajidanganya, utakuwa unajua, sijui yani, utakuwa yani, you're the worst fool ever. So this Kanu orphans, say goodbye to them, stop this sympathy. His sympathy ndio ilifanya today we have this Kasongo Kaongo, the butcher of Sugoi, killing, abducting, forced disappearance amongst the young Kenyans. Inatokea kwa government yake na himself, because the head of the government is responsible for each and every other thing that comes, good or bad. Kama tunaelewana. So I think it's high time as Kenyans tuanze kuchange, tuanze kuona things in a different way, in a different look, na tuache ku praise this mediocrity of the so-called Kanu orphans. Tuwarushie mikono, tuwasahau completely, na tutaishi fiti. Ni kwangu na believe I have a dream, and that dream is very simple. I won't point and say this will be my leader because I can be the leader next, because I understand what the people want and the dream that the young people of this country have. The Gen Zs, the Alphas, the millennials, wenye wamefunguka akili, wanajua nini wanataka. They want a great country, a country that has a system that is working, both judiciary, executive, zote, all arms of government ziko zinawaka poa. Simse kukujaga kwanza kutumia pesa yao ya taxpayer yenye wanalipa nao polisi vibaya, na kumekuwa sawa ku abducted na kuwa watafanywa mabaya. And that's why nimesema, look at Kibaki when he was complaining about Moi, he was complaining about extrajudicial killing, he was talking about easy story tunaongelea sahi hapa, abduction and forced disappearance. What did he do? He did the same to many people the moment aliingia kwa power. Showing you what? They always complain when they are outside, but once wameshika hiyo nyama wameanza kuikula, that's when everybody now becomes an enemy, and they hate people who talk truth to power. And I believe I'm one of them who talk truth to power, and I do know how I like, and they'll never like me, and I'm not even waiting for them to like me. But for us to go front and to do the right things, we must agree on one thing. We must normalize talking issues. Let's bonga hizo issues. Let's iron them out. Tuite ukweli ukweli, tuite uongo uongo, tuite ujinga ujinga, tuite something constructive. Unajua, si kukaga tu tukizungushwa mentality. So wamekuwa wakijitoa, and I'm happy that the movement is pushing people to a point whereby watu wanaanza kujitoa their true colors. Mother was trying to hide, people are still there wakimtetea. Omtata was the same thing. I was one victim thinking that Omtata was the option we had, but later I came to understand one thing. These people are commercial activists. Ushaisikia mse wote ameabductiwa, mse wote ameforciwa to disappear. These people play games with us for them to continue earning. The same thing, unaonaga. There will be more children's home, there will be more NGOs in Kenya, because those NGOs are not here to help most of Kenyans. They're here to enrich some few individuals. Hao ndo wana earn in millions, unajua. So they'll never want this problem to go away, because once the problem imeenda away, then tutauza nini? Nini itakuwa tukuzia wase? The same myth that was there before Kibaki akuje kuwa prezi. It was Kibra was the biggest and the largest slum in Eastern Central Africa. After walika chini na kuanza kuangalia the right things, the right ways, everything in detail, walipatata Kibra si kubwa. Nika kitu kadogo sana. And that particular time, kumbuke who was the MP in Kibra? It was Raila Amolo Odinga. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Na hiyo time walikuwa na hype, wanasema how it is the most the worst place yenye ishaikuwa in Kenya na poverty levels, the poverty nini, wingi, ukubwa, they used to put Kibra in that dimension. So my take home is, for you young person, whether you are in Mulima, whether you're in Western, whether you're in Coast, wherever you are in this part of this great country called Kenya. Kenya yastahili heshima. And for Kenya ipate hiyo heshima, we need to chuja everyone mwenye amewai kuwa hapo kwa hizo seats za gava, because at the end of the day, mnajua they have never been there helping you guys. Your MP ameenda 2 terms, ameenda 3 terms. Come show me what he has done to you guys. Nothing. Social, economic, unajua, in each and every other level hakuna kitu amewafanyia, and you're still there sitting and thinking huyo MP wako atakusaidia. It's high time we change the narrative and we change everything. Kudos to me. Double M FC is what you call mtazamo mpya FC, or double M FC. It's a thing tulianzisha so that you people can come and let's talk issues. To come up and let's challenge. Hapo kwa comment box, challenge me. Let's have a conversation, a sober conversation, a real conversation that will change this country from what it has been for the last 60 something years, and bring a new perspective and a better one. Because at the end of the day, I do believe tunaweza tukafanya wonders, yeah? Unajua, mimi na believe young people can change this country. Kenyatta akiamka leo hii apate ati mpaka kuna kugana M-Pesa atashtuka. Kenyatta akiamka leo hii apate ati kuna mobile banking atashtuka. Kenyatta akiamka leo hii apate like every other place there is technology. Kwa hiyo kiasi yake inaweza kufikia wase. Ati people can communicate. Si enzi yake wase had to travel for a couple of days for them to reach na wapeleke a very simple thing ambayo ilikuwa ni mtu ameaga dunia. It's high time as Kenyans and the Kenyan youth, napenda vile mnafanya vitu. Keep on pushing, you're winning. You've been winning from day one to date. Mtu asikuambie you're not winning. You've given Kasongo and the cronies a sleepless night. Na sahi pia the Kanu Orphans are going to have a sleepless night. Let's break this bondage. Na ndio to break this bondage, tutakuwa tumeclear na tumegonga kila kitu in one stone. Tutarusha jiwe moja, tutagongeza vitu zote na tutaweza kuwin. And this time around, we're not talking about you guys going home. The Kanu Orphans and the greedy Kaongo, Kasongo and the previous regimes, atuongelei kuhusu mwende home peke yake. We're talking about you guys bringing back what you have stolen from this country for the longest time, in terms of stealing our taxes, in terms of bogus projects that turn up to be a corruption scheme. And I do believe the Kenyan youth are gonna enjoy this. We are praying that before mwezi wa 3, Kasongo will be gone and we will have a new dispensation. Tutakuwa na caretaker government that will hold us for a while as we wait for a new government with new dispensation, and we shall move with the greatest of all things by putting and keeping everything, mostly people in accountability. Those thugs, those thieves, those people who are killing youths today, they must pay for their crimes. And we're not talking about only ICC. We're talking about even our own criminal justice system will be a perfect place to jail those people, and we will come back and develop this country in a way that the world will enjoy and see. And remember one thing, Kenyans, you're always here in East Africa but fighting the whole world. By the way, since the Gen Z movement started, mumeona vile world imechange. The world is speaking, including America. Actually, mulichange even the actual American minds. Walikaa chini wakaanza kuona the things they have always wameshidi kuangalia aside, wamekuwa wakifunga macho. This time around wameanza kuziona their health. Unajua, it has been interfered by whom? The so-called globalists, including the likes of the other foundations, in most of them hakuna foundations ziko ndani. It's all about making the American people wasi progress, wakwe more zombies than human beings. Hapa Kenya wasi wameamka, and I like that. You're pushing these people, you're pushing the world to see a different dynamic. And I do believe one thing. For now, you guys, I'll repeat this thing and I'll keep on repeating it. Muna fight 4 presidents. You're fighting Kagame, you're fighting Museveni, you're fighting Suluhu, and you're fighting your Kasongo Kaongo. All those 4 presidents wanajua kitu moja. If Kasongo Kaongo, the Butcher of Sugoi goes down, the 3 will go down. And East Africa will be as good as Europe. Africa will unite as better as Europe did. Because Europe pia walitoka kwa ashes za World War II. And this is when they came to realize one thing. Sisi wote ni wazungu, tuko na kala moja. We can do things better, we can do things greatly, and we can change and make it a better place. I'm happy, I'm glad, and thanks for watching this. Next time, karibu, let's have this conversation. As I normally say, let's normalize talking issues, and issues ndo zitatufungua macho na ndo zitatuheal. My take home is, let the Kanu orphans, all of them, go to where they belong. Those who have when you're meant to be in this country should be in jail. Na mali yao ikuwe repossessed to irudishwe back to the system so that it can help a lot of people mali penye waliturudisha nyuma. Let them pay for their own crimes. Na wale hawajaiba wanafikiria kuiba sahi, let them belong home where they belong, to just sit and wait and see vile steering hii nchi itakuwa ikipelekwa na the young people of this country. Thanks once more, and enjoy each and every other episode tutakuwa tukileta. Thank you.